Neji tells Ferit that he feels bad, and it is already getting dark in his eyes. Ferit tells him that he is crying like a woman. Meanwhile, Ifuket is laughing at Orhan in the mansion. Orhan says that this is his life and his decision. And Guljan said he would not leave until Bitul packed his things. They mess things up, and then they go back to their wives, Ifuket noted. Serien informs Kalis by phone that the meeting with investors was successful. Next, Serien visited the elder lady's house and invited her to the mansion for dinner. Arriving home, Serien informs about the guest and tells her to get ready. Kazim suggested that Ezim have dinner alone in the annex. He says he's going to cook a dish for her himself. Orhan tells Gulgan that Bitul is already getting ready. Gulgan suggests that he leave and live with Ferit at her place. Orhan agrees. Falis was telling Serien again how important she was to this house. The doctor calls and makes a new appointment for Serien. Serien says she is busy and asks to cancel the appointment. Hearing this, Esma calms down. Chesik doesn't want to keep Chalice waiting. Ferit drove up to the house and saw the woman driving away. He decides to follow her. When she leaves, Bitul tells everyone what she thinks of them. She leaves a lot of wishes for all the residents of the house. And in the evening, Orhan says thank you to Gulgan for saving him. Gulgan suggests starting over. Orhan says that from now on they will not bow their heads to anyone. They will live for themselves. And for Ferit's sake. Watching the woman, Ferit sees that she has arrived at his mansion. Because of Kazim, Ezim can't look out the window at her guest. Sisik came to the mansion. Kalis held out his hand to her, and she returned it. Meanwhile, Ferit is going to go with Nedi to the house. And Talis tells Chechik that her face looks familiar to him. Sisik said that people from the same homeland always seem familiar to each other. Suddenly Ferit enters the house. He wishes everyone a pleasant meal. And he says he's brought the man who stole the stones. Grandfather points Ferit to a guest in the house. Ferit says that both of their guests know each other very well. Because it was this woman who forced them to steal the stones. Neji begs to call an ambulance for him, and says he doesn't know anything. Ferit demands that the woman hand over their stones. And suddenly Kalis takes out a suitcase. A few hours earlier, Abidan's mother had been ahead of the curve. After learning that Neji has been abducted by Ferit, she made sure that the stones were immediately in Kalis' possession.